Very good one here, and eventually we will like, subscribe, share, help promote, and rank up my channel and all that. It's fairly new. It's relatively new. I do, of course, have older channels that are more focused on the entertainment industry, movies, TV shows, and the political cancer infecting Hollywood. Um, but with that said, State of Decay 3, and I'll try to leave links to my other channels below. One's just for reviews flat out without any of the kind of like me complaining about the political stuff interfering with certain movies and TV shows or the way it's. Anyways, State of Decay 3, I've been a big fan since the first State of Decay. Since the first State of Decay, I played the hell out of that game. I played the hell out of the sequel. I'm still playing the sequel. I've done multiple playthroughs of both games. A really, really extraordinary game. The franchise is really, really extraordinary, and I'm interested in seeing it move forward, seeing how they'll grow next. Of course, well, first let's review this. Review this trailer or react to this trailer, and we're gonna kind of break down my thoughts about it, what some of the things could mean or whatever. But let's just react to this trailer real fast, watch it, and then I'll talk a little bit about it. This kind of came out of nowhere for me. Really like how you can hear the snow crunching and all that. But of course, this is just a cinematic trailer, so it's going to be really interesting, though, to be in snowy territory, to have animals to combat. So the thing I'm really curious about, is are the weather effects, are there going to be weather effects that take a toll on you, on survival elements, essentially? Is this going to be, because the cinematic trailers are pretty misleading. This isn't a gameplay trailer. Of course, State of Decay 2 had numerous cinematic trailers, or they showed like the things that didn't essentially happen, but the context of what happens is stuff that you can do in the game. But they kind of show these cinematic trailers, and the trailers themselves, the cinematic footage in the trailers doesn't play out, but the same stuff happens in the game. It just happens naturally or organically as you play through. So when you look at this trailer here, you see snow, so you know that they are going to have, I mean, this trailer, this cinematic footage is likely not going to be in the game at all. It's not going to be in the game at all. But the snow, everything in the animals, the zombie animal, these are absolutely going to be elements, and I'm curious how they're going to implement them. Are there going to be normal living animals that aren't zombies? Or are there only going to be zombie animals? How often are you going to encounter animals? Are they going to kind of be as normal as the zombies, as the freak zombies or whatever? Uh, Another question is the snow going to have an impact on the zombies? Is the snow going to have an impact on you in survival? You can see that she's setting at a little camp there. Maybe they're going to, instead of dividing these maps up, making them one huge map, and you'll have your snowy area where weather effect is in play. And I'm very curious. I'm very curious to see how that goes. If they're going to implement something like that, or are we just going to have like one huge map? Are we going to have just the same divided up maps, and they're going to have different weather systems or something to that effect? Or are we going to have one huge map that does away with dividing up all these little territories and gives you one huge territory to operate in, and they have certain weather in different areas of the map? Or is this going to be seasonal? Is this going to sort of go with the season? Because they do release those packs just for certain holiday seasons and stuff, certain holidays with State of Decay 2. So I'm very curious about how this stuff's going to be implemented into the game. And of course, I'm hoping for a lot more depth and substance than we have with State of Decay 2, because it gets kind of repetitive. Um, it gets really repetitive, and there's not enough substance in there. Of course, they tuck away a lot of story and stuff and kind of let you figure out your own story, but they have these generic templates of a story to follow. And because there's no like unique spots in the story, characters uniquely tied to specific missions or whatever within the story, it kind of feels more generic than the first game. All the characters do. They don't feel as unique, even though they come in a much wider variety and with all different kinds of skills and stuff. They don't feel as unique as the ones you may encounter on the first game, even though in some ways they are. And unfortunately, State of Decay 2 is a great game. They're still doing add-ons and stuff while they're working towards this. That game is continuously Undead Labs. I really appreciate how they treat their games, and they provide all these free packs and stuff, and they really appreciate their fan base, at least for now. Until at some point it may go to their head and they just become as egotistical as others have. Um, but I'm very curious to hear people's thoughts and opinions on this. What do you think? Do you think there's going to be some kind of camping system in play where you set up camp as a lone survivor while you're out there in this kind of cold weather? Do you have to make a campfire? Are you going to have a bedroll, or like a pop-out tent where you can set up shop? If they make the map much huger, are there going to be things like that implemented into the game? I kind of don't think that's going to happen. I don't think that's something that they'll do where they have it where the map's so big that you got to lay out a tent, because there's all the cars around. Unless they drastically reduce like how many cars around, then I could see you having reason to camp at a spot overnight and all that. But I'm going to release some videos talking about how they could add more substance and stuff to the game, because State of Decay 2 has been continuously updated, but a lot of the updates involve new weapons, and essentially a lot of it really is just a different skin for a weapon. I don't need a million ways to kill zombies. I really don't, because it all has the same cause and effect. It ends in the zombie's death. I don't need a million ways to kill the zombies. I don't know why so many people are always wanting more and more weapons, but I'm not for that. I would like more substance, more character depth, and all kinds of ways to make the story feel more gripping and unique and intense, and have some real like cause and effect stuff in there, some real consequences, actions and consequences type stuff. And I'll elaborate on ways they could update the existing system that's there without having to do some kind of drastic overhaul. There really is ways for them to vastly improve the variety and unique feel of what's already there without actually doing much. Anyways, Fake Goodwin here. Eventually, we will like, subscribe, share. I'm going to continue talking about State of Decay. Maybe I'll do some I'll probably talk about State of Decay 3, what they could do, ways they could improve the game while doing a while playing through on State of Decay 2 on one of my playthroughs. But I'm going to continue to talk about this game and all that. I appreciate any subscribers and all that. This channel's relatively new. I still don't know, how often I'm going to be uploading to it or any of that. But I would like to try to keep at least 2 videos at bare minimum a week, maybe more, especially when, a new game drops and I'm doing a playthrough just to record and upload to my channel. But I'll try to post links to my other channels below. Fake Goodwin here. Eventually we will. Stay awesome. Rock on.